And another really big one, and this is the one that just scares them to death, why do we not look at some kind of viable tort reform? Neither of these proposals is even being discussed. They're not even on the table. And the people that are talking about them, and it's not everyone's talking about these, but the people that are talking about them are not allowed to the table. They're not allowed to have the discussion. Where the discussion is, and where we do know what's going on, is in Senator Harry Reid's office with a couple of different people, some friends from the Obama administration, and they're sitting in there and they craft a bill. And it comes out, and they may or may not like it, then it goes back in, and then the same thing's happening in the House. So regardless of what your opinion could be on these particular situations, a lot of parties that have some viable solutions are not being talked about. Tort reform, unfortunately, it is a reality that the trial lawyers union is a tremendous contributor to the Democratic Party. The Democratic Party is not bad in and of itself. This is not a pick on the Democrats' day. It's not even intended to be that. But in this case, there's a significant number of people from the Democratic Party that are blocking this for no specific reason other than it looks like to protect their own interests. That's not a good thing for anybody. So all I think we're saying, and many of you are saying out here, is let's try the viable solutions first. Why would we reinvent the entire system and take that slippery slope that could potentially lead to single payer, which we all know would, the slippery slope that then leads to more aggressive wealth redistribution. It's going to lead to that if one step goes to the next, Let's stop it now with free market solutions. This is something that we're all capable of. There's no reason not to. So just a little statement for any of you when you're getting in arguments at work or you're talking to your neighbors or anything. They're going to talk to you that this is you're against someone and you don't want them to have health care and you don't want them to have anything else, and that you're evil and you don't care about people, and you're going to be told all those kinds of things. If there's one thing that I'm taking away from this, and I address this as liberty is really at stake here, and that is this quote: freedom to choose. We want to give people the freedom to make their own choices, to make their own options. I'm fine with more options coming into the marketplace. What I'm not fine with is government option coming in and actually flipping the scales so that in all reality it becomes the only option. And then that slippery slope begins. So why can we not just think freedom to choose, I'm okay with. You want an option, I completely agree with you. I have no problem with that whatsoever. But what we're not okay with is tipping the balance of the free market to be so skewed in the direction of government that it ruins everything that we know about our economy and everything that we know about freedom and choice, and it leads down to a very destructive road that none of us want to see. Right? Just a couple speakers today. I don't know if did I introduce myself? I mean, I said who I was. I'm just some guy who just, came up here today and decided to start talking. Mike was nice enough to let me talk. My name's Chris Littleton. You may have seen a lot of emails from me lately. I've been working with the Cincinnati Tea Party since about March, and so got involved with a whole number of things at that point, and so I'm getting more involved in organizing these kinds of things. I was one of the people that sat around a table in Fairfield about a week ago and decided that something like this would be a good idea. So we all got behind this, and so I was one of the planners of this particular event. Yeah, no problem. Thank you very much. None of this is possible unless you guys show up. We don't make a difference unless you show up. So that's who I am. I guess I should have started with that, but we'll go from there. I want to introduce somebody that you guys all know, and somebody that got this entire movement in Cincinnati off the ground. Many of you would consider yourself Tea Partiers or 912 Project members, or just liberty-minded individuals who want to protect the same freedoms that we have. But either way, Mike Wilson, who I'm going to bring up next, is somebody that he started this. He started this around a kitchen table, and this is what it's become. It's become a voice. It's become a voice for all of us in Cincinnati and Ohio and much of the country, to say that, you know what, we're going to stop sitting on our couches. We're going to stop yelling at the TV. We're going to actually do something that matters, and we're going to make sure that this nonsense ends. So without further ado, I would like to bring up founder and president of the Cincinnati Tea Party, Mr. Mike Wilson.